Shen gets locked in. We've been seeing that a bit more. And now we see the Sylas on the other side. So quite a few ultimates for Damonte to steal on the Sylas. We'll see if any of them play out for them, as Golden Guardians are going to be up against TSM. 45 seconds left in picks and bans as we see the teams.
This is such a good. This is going to be such a brawl of a game, Riff. This is definitely going to be action-packed. TSM, you want them to be proactive with these Shen ults. Lucian and LeBlanc are both really, really good targets to use Shen ult on. They're so mobile, they can get Shen in there close to try and dive backline, especially if the Yuumi is on the Lucian as well. When you get that Shen shield, keep both of them up and continuing to try and kite out through the fight. But Damonte, with the last pick, Sylas, into the LeBlanc here. The early stages are kind of difficult for Sylas, but he's going to try and get a few levels to scale up there, and then you get to steal the ultimates, and you get to even try and answer Shen later if you grab a Stand United, trying to get that global for yourself.
All right, so the Shen Renekton, we know what the matchup's going to do. Let's talk about what Shen just kind of needs to do here. What is he looking to do throughout that once he can start to get ulting?
Yeah, obviously he's looking for the proactive ultimate plays to try and step up the aggression. Spica, that you mentioned with the Sett, has done a really good job with the rest of the team of trying to maneuver their opponents into good Sett ultimates to start out those team fights. So it's a look to be proactive. Shen, with the recent buffs to his shield, can actually trade a lot better with Renekton than he used to.
Okay.
20 flat HP were added to the shield for Shen at the level 1, and scales up a little bit as well. So it's a lot safer than it used to be, and allows him to try and play defensively and get to your level 6 and help out with the rest of your team. Hauntzer as a Renekton against his old team in TSM is going to try and look for those kills with Nidalee. We talked about it in Champ Select as a possibility for game number 1, but it's one of my favorite where you just get a Renekton W stun right into a Nidalee spear. That early on can just be incredibly devastating amount of burst damage, and even Shen, super hard time catching up from that, as the chase down is really easy for Renekton Nidalee.
So, Comet, Treatz, Grasp, Broken Blade on Shen, and Electrocute for LeBlanc and Bjergsen. So, looking deadly. Like you said, it was going to be pretty skirmishy. I feel it. I feel it in the runes. On the other side as well, obviously we have Electrocute for Closer, Conqueror up top for Hauntzer so he can get into those fights and stay healthy, do some damage. The rest we kind of expect. Dante's on Fleet so he can get around and spit out some damage and heal himself too. Starting off on bot for both junglers.
Yep, Nidalee going to try and clear up to top side and try and get some pressure onto Spica on Sett. I would definitely, again, look for the combination there with Renekton. It's so much easier when you are ganking a lane with a stun that can set you up for the tremendous amount of damage that Nidalee can bring. Broken Blade already doing a good job. You see him, he utilized the grasp super well. He's even been placing his sword really nicely with the Spirit Sword behind Hauntzer. Gets the pullback through him. You get your bonus attack speed and go in for a super big trade early on. Shen is early damage is actually super underestimated by a lot, especially if you get your pullback with your Spirit Shield, Spirit Sword.
It's always underestimated with Shen. You're like, oh, it's cool, he's a tanky ninja. Wait, what did you just do? Yes, I was taunted. A little damage onto the turret, good harass back and forth. The Doublelift gets the better of that, but good sip of cocoa keeps FBI healthy. Double buff Spica now behind Hauntzer, but the wave isn't pushed. So Krugs for now until he's ready if he stays out of that minion wave vision. Oh, he's not even doing Krugs. He actually stepped up and took damage from Broken Blade.
Yeah, what they're doing is they're possibly setting up a dive here.
Oh, yeah.
The double stacked wave. Whenever you build up a wave like that, Shen looking for it as well. Spica.
Who's going to be first? Spica with the hit, takes aggro, shield to come out. And he flashes forward, gets the haymaker, swings that one over the wall. Beautifully done by Spica to follow up on that kill, and they kind of just hung Hauntzer out to dry there, making sure they could take him down.
And that coordination, once again, Spica and Broken Blade combined for the early kill. You stack up the wave, slowly pushing here for Shen. Broken Blade been trading very heavily, so he immediately called Spica over to the top side. full health here on both TSM members. The only thing they have to worry about is the rage bar. So Spica starts it out with the stun. That allows Broken Blade to get the easy pull through. And Spica just chases him right over the wall, repositions the Haymaker for the kill. Closer had just been full clearing, power clearing up to the top side. And while he was in the area, too slow on the timer there.
Yep.
So Spica strikes first. Getting Broken Blade an early kill on the Shen is huge. There is no flash on the Renekton now. And this easily allows TSM to get their Shen to level 6 and have that Stand United presence allow them to transfer their top lane pressure over to the bottom lane, where Doublelift on his Lucian wants to play aggressively into FBI. That's what they get the pick for. And it's going to change so much of the Dragon control.
Closer here just for Shrine, rather, Scuttle Shrine. I don't know if we're going to see Spica come down here. He already made a bit of presence. Bot lane is pushed, but TSM has not been able to put too many wards down bot, so we see Spica just trail back up towards the top side where there is much to clear for him. Bjergsen will be seen on a ward rotating off. Is he may place a bit of vision, or is he going for the full roam? Nah, he's just speeding around.
He's been spotted as well.
Checking things out, yeah.
Golden Guardian Vision does see him.
He's just on an adventure. I like this.
Yeah,
like, I don't have a wave to push, so I'm doing stuff.
That's the goal of mid laners nowadays.
Yeah.
LeBlanc very effective at roaming around. And again, like I said earlier, the Sylas is looking to scale up early. He's trying to scrounge up the CS under tower. LeBlanc easily able to get that roaming window by pushing the wave in, but a lot of defensive vision already in place for Golden Guardians means nothing will come of it.
So after this one, I lost my games. It was like Golden Guardian plays Evil Geniuses, and FlyQuest is just ahead of them at 10 and 6. And FlyQuest may have one of the easiest schedules to go through in CLG and Immortals. So a win here for Golden Guardians really, really helps. Wins always help, Kobe, but more so now.
Yeah, I'm only having fun when I'm winning.
There you go. This is true for a lot of people, so.
Tracking experience for Broken Blade, though. He should be able to push out and get level 6 at the... Oop, Cannon Minion. He did get it, so bottom lane has to be wary now. Stand United available. Doublelift going to get off a purchase first, so I don't know exactly how much gold he has, but probably going to try and get the makings of his... excuse me, just the Caulfield's Warhammer, and then immediately dashes in for the trade, but gets stunned up by huhi.
My word. Be safe for now. Well, it took quite a bit of damage, actually, after landing. Closer may start to come down. They're going to see Spica right away, and there's the Stand United you called for as it just hit 6. Huhi's got the damage. They lock him up with the Cosmic Binding, but it still follows through in the Haymaker. Doublelift is a sliver of health. Wait a minute, he lives. They both live. No, they go down as Closer comes in. Beautifully done by Golden Guardians to finalize a few of those kills. The Prowling Projectile. Get a little cat scratch fever going on here as that's a kill from Treatz on the Closer. What a fight on the bot side.
Oh my goodness, Doublelift took so much damage there on the outside and allowed Golden Guardians to get a lot of counter kills. That was the timing I'm looking for with an aggressive Shen play, but look at how they started out. Doublelift is below 50% because of that trade right before the dive, and they still decide to go for it. Spica on the Sett is a perfect one to tank it up. He gets the Stand United shield, but that spear from Closer gets Doublelift extremely low, and Spica was taking the tower, so by the time they finish their dive off, both Spica and Doublelift are one hit away from dying, and Closer finished it off. Really nice shot there by Treatz to finish it off on the Yuumi. You don't get to control it after you've already jumped off someone, so he barely was able to snipe that extra kill and take down Closer, making it not too bad for TSM. But man, the start of it there and going in with that little bit of HP and the fact that Closer was there with the Nidalee to land the spear and some follow-up damage does strike back for Golden Guardians.
Kobe, you said it was going to be brawly. We have 5 kills in 8 minutes here, and it looked like more people wanted to get into that fight if, Hauntzer's TP was up. We'll see pushing here. Broken Blade continues to clear waves in the face of Hauntzer, as he doesn't really have to worry about too much, knowing he's got Spica below him.
Working up on the Rift Herald here. They should be able to get it because you see the bottom roam up from Doublelift and Treatz off of their recall timing. They're making their 8-minute Rift Herald. classic swap up. They're going to actually push mid lane here, and you get the recall for Broken Blade. He'll head on down bottom side to try and stop the FBI huhi push on turret plates as quickly as he can. FBI and huhi should at least be able to get one out of this, but the Rift Trail is going to be a very good objective as TSM, off of their dive, still able to keep focus on their objective timing here for their macro to be able to switch over.
Might have seen him on that true shot barrage, and he may have even denied that plate, to be honest. Bard actually trolled off who he knew that FBI would be safe, and Golden Guardian says, hey, TSM's already moving, we have to start moving. And he did get almost 2 plates as he had time down there. Ezreal pretty efficient at doing that.
Yeah, Ezreal early is always just looking to you know, poke and farm up. He's got a tier and a cull right now, so if he can get 2 turret plates in that process, then that is great news. Is gonna you know, push him towards his Manamune earlier, as well as trying to get his Sheen / Iceborne Gauntlet as quickly as possible. Golden Guardians also picking up the Dragon off of the swap from TSM. So TSM will have you know, Rift Herald in hand to try and work with, and sometimes you can get a huge value out of that if you're able to get a successful gank off into a turret push and take down an entire turret. But Golden Guardians will at least be able to call the Cloud Drake their own.
Yeah, Analyst Desk was talking a little bit about FBI. A strong laning phase into a strong fight phase has been actually growing as a marksman really well in the scene. And someone to keep an eye out for years to come here. Communication, already something he's easily doing, so what a good player.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work for the Golden Guardians. And initially the story was a lot around Closer, as he was the main performer for them. But I think all of the other members of Golden Guardians have really stepped up. Hauntzer as well for the top side for them. See what they can actually do now that his teleport is up, and there's a teleport advantage in the favor of Golden Guardians. Broken Blade does have Stand United, but since Hauntzer has his teleport now available, they could answer it. You can also try and get your interrupt on Shen and then back off to get your own play off. That being said, FBI working away at his cull, 39 more for the pop, and before he can get his big power spike.
Hauntzer doing the same. He's like, I'm going to win. It's a race. We'll have to figure out who gets it first. I'll keep an eye on that in the inventories. Bjergsen has blue, so he's happy to kind of trade back and forth with Distortion when he can get in for Harass, to make sure this wave is evened out so it doesn't crash into the turret. That one he has to double distort on ult, but still an easy clear, as it's a leave of lane by Damonte. Ultimate was used there, so it looks like he just stole Bjergsen's ult in that situation, if it wasn't already used in that quick.
Starting to slap Hauntzer around here too, with that last extra taunt for another good trade for himself. Again, Hauntzer should be able to just recall here.
I love Broken Blade right now.
Yeah, he was going to get his auto off, stop the recall, and he's calling Spica once again. This is, ooh, okay, so they're not going to try and get the full turret. They're just going to get the turret plate money early, try and cash in on that, and he is going to try and split it with Broken Blade.
Like, you can tell when Broken Blade is playing with confidence behind him. You know, sometimes we used to see him get the, I'm going to curse him right here. Yeah, I'm going to curse him. They're going to teleport in on this one, too, to try to get the straggler if he can't get out. Oh, my, 4 of them as the Cosmic Binding is going to lock him up. I'm so sorry, Broken Blade.
Yeah, they do. They were going to get the kill regardless, but Damonte's teleport means Damonte gets the kill for Sylas. And then it's going to be another teleport over to mid lane. Maybe some miscommunication as Damonte had roamed right back down. And they double up carries in the mid lane to share farm. Regardless, they got the kill onto the Shen, so that opens the map up for them. Hauntzer getting a turret plate for himself as well. And Damonte's going to have to run all the way bottom. The FBI is taking over mid, and they've got the full transition.
Yeah, I was going to say, Broken Blade, like, when we see this, or when he's on the Akali when he picked it, he would dance around people in lane and just make it look like this lane is so fun, you have no chance to get it back. And then he dies because I curse him, but...
Yeah, that,
again,
well, that was
Shen, he's just kind of dominated. He knows he has control and continues to push it.
That was the Renekton W into Nidalee Spear combo I was talking about earlier. Golden Guardians able to find it, get the burst damage, and chase him off. They also get a decent amount of turret plates as, again, Hauntzer got the top one. FBI finding his own here as Bjergsen's also been poked out.
Good roams. Seems like FBI or Golden Guardians answered pretty nicely to the rotation of TSM here, not losing too much. Rift Herald's already been used, so they can make sure that's not a problem anymore until second. And now they don't control the map, but they have a pretty good idea of what's going on. Doublelift back down to bot lane, though, so he is going to keep farming. Look at this Doublelift in his environment, doing what he does best.
Yep, Lucian trying to farm away down to the bottom side, but FBI with the Cole does have more money. Cole actually doesn't give, and he hasn't even sold it yet either. It hasn't popped, so it's not even from that. Just the extra kill going over his way, and the turret plate money, because TSM had their bottom lane rotate for the Rift Field, but I don't think, Doublelift didn't get any money out of that since they used it topside and Broken Blade shared it with Spica. Meanwhile, FBI did get the cash on the bottom side with the turret plates by hand.
All right, Kobe, second Drake. So Ocean could actually come up here. That would be pretty big if those are Golden Guardians grab that. They just keep throwing spears all day. Treatz tries to heal. They run out of mana, resources, rinse and repeat. Damonte is going to throw himself right down in there as a little bit of vision is in favor of Golden Guardians right now towards Drake. But TSM, it's going to be Bjergsen actually with Treatz to start off, as he is actually just going to go back and forth until he finds that priority target he needs to be on. Doublelift, stepping forward.
Watch for Bard ultimate.
There's a hit. Second thought.
Can he get the setup here? TSM tanking it. Spica trying to get a little bit low. Stand United is available too.
Blade of the Rune King tries to get it off immediately. Piercing Light. Again into relentless pursuit as Doublelift tries to wheel and deal the damage from Lucian's kit. In goes Bjerg, out goes Bjerg with the chain on Damonte. It doesn't lock right away. And that Drake is going to go over to TSM as they steal it with the final chapter flying overhead.
And the teleport also channeled for Hauntzer, I believe. Broken Blade got up there to interrupt it on cooldown. So Golden Guardians are going to respond with the mid-turret push, but TSM taking away the dragon. Yuumi heals going a long way. And Doublelift's aggressive play on that top side when he forced Damonte over the wall, also getting the summoner spell advantage.
All right. Slightly resetting to see what happens next. Golden Guardians definitely keeping a bit of pressure onto the side lanes as Bjergsen will do the same in bottom. Hextech GLP finished up for Damonte here as we're starting to get a few of our first core items into the inventories. We saw how much Doublelift knew he was ahead there. He's like, I have Blade of the Rune King. We're going to fight at Drake right now. I'm basically soloing Treatz. Come and hop on me. They started that fight off of Doublelift going in onto Damonte. So I feel like they're ahead. TSM trying to fight. They say the communication has been up, and they go on this right away with Doublelift.
Right, we're seeing that once again. The flash is blown, and TSM have the Yuumi as well. They transferred over to Spica. Here's a look at Broken Blade interrupting that taunt like we were talking about. Then Hauntzer actually goes for an aggressive trade, I believe, under the tower, and Hauntzer ends up getting that tower. So Golden Guardians with the gold influx over TSM, even though TSM were able to get that dragon. Hauntzer himself doing quite well versus his old team. Huge CS lead for himself. Got the entire turret on the top side on top of it.
We do know Hauntzer to be more of that overall top laner, then a good fighter as he would go through the laning phase. Broken Blade stats being a little bit less at that CSD at 15. So Hauntzer, again, grabbing the lead, trying to push that advantage through, even with Broken Blade having a really, really good start. Throwing him back, Hauntzer says, nah. Once we get to the real fight phase, I'm feeling good. So Hauntzer pushed up towards second tier turret on the top side of the map now. 3K gold lead for Golden Guardians, just 17.5 minutes in. With an Iceborne and a Mana Moon finished here, as FBI feels safe in mid, and Doublelift and the team are going to roam. Actually, that's Spica and Treatz, rather, doing a little roaming as the buddy system.
Yeah, and a lot of the gold, again, coming from the aggressive plays of Broken Blade and Spica, trying to be proactive for TSM and setting up these plays, roaming through the map, being out-farmed by their counterparts. Hauntzer, for Renekton, not joining as many of the fights. Obviously, doesn't have Stand United, doesn't have the extra global, but also closer on the Nidalee, farms faster, much faster than Sett, and spent more focus early on in the game, farming rather than creating those plays. Spica was very active. Went topside, they got that kill, then tried to do the bottom side, tower dive.
You can see
Shelly,
1,400 100 gold just about in Hauntzer's pocket. And Shelly hits bot. Bjergsen stops it. Oh, almost. Takedown on bot side. So even more gold into the hands of Golden Guardians here. Nice job to get second Rift Herald in their favor. TSM's first Rift was shut down on top side. And now Closer looks to regain a bit of control over their own jungle here. Golden Guardians is going to reset. TSM needs to get some forward wards here, clear out their own jungle as we see the map is quite dark for them.
Yeah, a minute and a half away from the Dragon 2 is definitely going to be a site that they want to reset and bring their control wards over to. For Golden Guardians, again, they want to try and make use of their solo laners here. I would say swap Hauntzer down to the bottom side and have Damonte top, since Damonte's got the teleport. Now the Sylas scaling nicely into the mid game with the extra levels, with his extra cooldown reduction. You get a lot more of those W's off, surprising people with the extra healing and burst damage. This is where Sylas really does start to shine, and the reason for the pick. I think he's done a good job getting his CS and getting through the early stages of the game. But TSM should have control over this Dragon setup. You see the recall right now for Hauntzer, 40 seconds away, trying to get back down there.
TSM in and out, but they're seen. So Golden Guardians may be able to set something up here to make sure this works in their favor. Damonte's ult is just coming off a cooldown. We'll see what he can steal. FBI with double buff. He is ready to just get in the face of TSM as he steps forward onto Doublelift, and they don't really have too much vision below them. Here, huhi tries to gain it back, and I think this is going to be our next big fight. Broken Blade on the ready with Stand United as TSM is going to position to contest for Drake. There's a true shot barrage, flies over the team from Golden Guardians, so that's one ult down for GG.
And Golden Guardians are going to need to press the tempo here because they're going to get split pushed out of objectives if they don't.
You're just missing the chain. FBI gets quickly healed back up by Closer. Drake goes to FBI, and that's going to be Mountain in their favor. Here's the fight resulting now as Culling comes out. The eyes are on Damonte, and in the middle of the fight as they take down huhi. He goes down real quick. Doublelift alive. Oh my God, the relentless pursuit over the wall and the positioning of Doublelift in this fight, keeping himself alive as the rest of the team tries to deliver damage back to Golden Guardians.
Yuumi Sett opening from TSM, and Doublelift barely getting away from Hauntzer there. Does live. Bjergsen flashing in for the root.
It's like he knows what he's doing on this Lucian. The team flies forward, almost enough damage to take down Bjergsen. He baits a bit more and flies out with the distortion. It looks like they will be able to take down the rest of Golden Guardians. Damonte dodges out of that prowling projectile that would have left him low. And 3 members of Golden Guardians are now waiting to respawn after TSM find a fantastic fight from Drake to red buff on Golden Guardian side.
And they pass around the Yuumi for all the extra healing. Treatz going to hitch a ride into the base as well off of Bjergsen there. Doublelift even getting the push out on the minions. TSM chased down so many members of Golden Guardians. They almost got the ace there after the Dragon fight. Here's another look at it. Now, the smite initially does go a little bit early, and Ezreal is able to get the last hit, but then you see the Yuumi into Sett combination. They don't get the timing right to kill Closer out of the stopwatch usage, but Bjergsen roots Hauntzer, and that gives Doublelift the tiniest bit of time to dash just outside the range of his ultimate that was burning him down. Bjergsen giving him the defense right there, as the chain on Hauntzer saves a life, and then the chain on Closer takes a life as he gets another root. Broken Blade then taunt and flashing through to get the other kill chase down here for TSM. His Shen has definitely been the proactive type, which is the ones you like to see, creating a lot more plays for the team. And yet we find ourselves, and again, back down to the split push, waiting for his cooldowns. Meanwhile, Hauntzer, even though he's a level down, he's got the Bork plus Cleaver combo.
Under turret tank. He'll be fine. He'll heal back up a little bit if he can get that call onto somebody in the game on TSM. And also call out to Bjergsen there, really nicely walking his clone in the chaos of that fight to the turret first. So if they did gain aggro, he would have been able to take a few shots for the team. So just a really heady play overall in that to keep assisting the team from far away. Golden Guardians, like you said, still adding pressure. But TSM doesn't seem to want to respect it too much. They say, yeah, we think we're stronger, and we're going to push right back out. TSM now control mid. Broken Blade will have bot lane control without Hauntzer there, and the option to stand united back in. And Tiamat now for Broken Blade means he is going to be able to cruise through these minion waves.
All right, let's see, because they don't have a lot of time here for Golden Guardians. Again, you know, Broken Blade is stand united. Oh, Doublelift, though, if they could get this pick.
Oh, the Cosmic Binding connected. Throws the shield down. Could be okay here. And the stand united almost keeps him alive. He's got a sliver of health. This is the Doublelift way, and he goes down that time. Damonte is going to live, and Hauntzer gets the kill he wanted from the fight before.
Oh, Golden Guardians with a big pick onto Doublelift. They're able to chase him down through the stand united shield. Almost looked like he was going to live at the end there with a sliver of health. Look at all the zombie wards that have been put down to remember this occasion. Those things are going to greatly inflate your vision score, by the way. That's why we have an 83 vision score. Huhi here, attacking all the wards, just lighting up that bottom jungle like a bright light.
Yep, playing songs for everyone. Showing them the light. Oh my word. The follow-up, that could be an ending for FBI. Oh, the heal. Closer. The Ignite going down. It's going to take enough to go right through everything. And the kill goes over to Bjergsen and Treatz as they persevere through the utility of Golden Guardians to take down FBI. He's got 35 seconds to come back in, and TSM works so well within these windows to pressure their opponents into another mistake.
All right, Bjergsen over the wall once again with Yuumi on his back. There's no easy stuns for Golden Guardians to be able to stop this LeBlanc.
Javelin miss.
Poking around, 5k health, still ticking down. Vision inside the pit.
Oh, put down a trap. Bjergsen goes over to try and lock him down. He gets exhausted right away. In goes a few. That's going to be the face breaker from Spica as thrown out of the fight. Gets a few of the members. Baron's about to go down, and that's Bjergsen grabbing Baron for the team. It's going to be the resulting fight now in favor of TSM as Damonte once again goes gold, but can't come out of this one alive. And Golden Guardians lose 3 with the Red Bull Baron power play going to TSM.
I love the rush of adrenaline when both junglers are out of the pit. Spica ults closer right outside and Baron burning down, so it's a mad scramble. TSM get the Baron, they get the team fight victory, and they'll get the Dragon on top of it. Their chances looking for that playoff bye, looking pretty healthy so far. Cloud9 did their part, getting their victory earlier today, and TSM with this play set themselves up very nicely. Here's another look at it. Golden Guardians poking around the backside, throwing spears, trying to keep vision in. 4 members strong, looking and waiting for the turn from TSM. Hauntzer here actually playing the opening of the Baron pit. Then once Bjergsen goes over, focus does go onto the Baron itself at 18. 100 health. Closer jumps in right after Damonte, but gets ulted out by Spica. And then no junglers are in the pit. So it's a bunch of solo laners down there. The Yuumi ult over the top does get the snare, and then Bjergsen in. 8 health I saw at the lowest point.
I think he chained him.
Him and Damonte were right next to it. And Bjergsen was able to get it in the end. All of the Golden Guardians, save for Bard, get chased down on top of it. Now Baron buff.
Kobe, it's not ending. We're right back to the plate to do it again. Hauntzer now getting pushed out, burning down there from the red buff. Just 400 HP as he exits that fight. And looks like it's just a scatter right now with multiple skirmishes breaking out on the Rift. TSM do have control, and Golden Guardians wanted to try and put a stop to that for just a moment.
Yeah, easy 1-3-1 now for TSM. They have such a huge advantage. It's so annoying to deal with assassins with Yuumi on them. LeBlanc already is difficult to deal with at this stage of the game, since he's got the Banshees to block, like a flash Renekton stun or something like that comes out. So you really have to prioritize hitting her with a Mystic Shot or with a spear or something, try and break that off. But even if you do, then she also still has the Yuumi for the extra stats, speed and heal buffs, and it turns her into this uber annoying mid lane kind of semi-poke champion where she can keep going for those engages. And Doublelift and Spica able to finish up on the bottom side. So TSM closing out all of these secondary turrets from the Golden Guardians, and just a big boost in gold here for the team. They'll have very, very big resets. Bjergsen's even got the Medjais up there now. So it's already over gold efficiency, and he's looking to just get even richer.
You know, and last time I talked to Doublelift after their win in the Verizon post-game interview, he says, I told him, I was like, that game looked a little messy, but you had control. And he said, overall to us, it felt better. Our comms are way better. We're doing things cleaner. And it shows in this game that their movement around the map, they rotated early to try and set Golden Guardians off, where they moved Doublelift around, were able to take first Rift. And they've always been trying to set the pace, and it seems like they are getting to that point where they're saying it feels comfortable, everybody's playing behind each other, and the results they want are the ones that are coming up to the fans.
Yeah, I actually watched the most recent TSM Legends before today, and they had a big focus on communication, even so much as they actually played a game in the beginning of it with no comms. They turned everything off, and they were trying to focus on pings. And that one, they said it went pretty well for themselves. You know, nice clear comms. No confusion. Everybody just a clear head. Nobody talking. Just pings going down.
That's funny. Why didn't you ping? I was fighting the guy.
No pings necessary now as they just continue pushing all of the lanes. Doublelift on top side while Bjergsen continually goes to harass, and then look at that, Yuumi heal right back up, and it's a level 16 LeBlanc, so it does leave a mark. Closer trying to do the same for FBI though. That's one of the benefits of having the Nidalee later on in these stages. Can heal up if he does fall prey to that burst combo.
Well, they can be happy that Baron not something they have to deal with right now. The wave clear kind of starts to hurt if the TSM is able to get 3 waves crashing in with Baron. Doublelift's already going to be working on the top side. The 1-3-1 back to working as Spica's trying to run a little bit of defense in the jungle. And Doublelift's going to be the solo. I always love to see this.
So this is an interesting point where we can actually take some time to talk about wave management. Both side lanes, when we're pushing all 3 lanes, will naturally crash at the same time because they are the same distance, so you can easily sync those up. But because mid lane is shorter, it's desynced, and so you'll have it about 15 seconds off. Well, never mind, we get a fight before we get to go.
Final chapter on the Hauntzer. They want to commit 3 members here, knowing Golden Guardians walking over with a plethora from their own base. FBI is going to be able to join the fight. He shifts in to get a bit of damage and follows up with that. Spica is going to be a little too close for comfort. Almost finds a Cosmic Binding that locks him up as Doublelift fires a few shots in with an Ardent Blaze there to turn Golden Guardians away. Top lane's pushing. Golden Guardians has a bit of janitorial duty to do and clean these waves up. It looks like they're still going to push. They have to focus on what could be putting either team on soul point, and that's Drake, number 3.
Shortest magical journey ever! Bjergsen does get locked up, but he's got a Yuumi on top of him, and the Dragon number 3, Golden Guardians burning it down. Spica, is he going in? No steal available.
Crush that Coco as he walks over it. Whoa, pink ward's in. Bjergsen tries to go on the back line, so they have 4 members here. Remember, still looking for Broken Blade in 10 seconds. Stand United and TP are up. Maybe they're trying to bait Golden Guardians into a poor fight, but I'm sure Golden Guardians is saying, Broken Blade on the ready. Do not engage. Get out with Drake. Soul point for Golden Guardians here, but their base already getting hit up by TSM a little.
Yeah, just while we were about to have some macro talk with minion wave control, we'll have none of that. Golden Guardians get such a big counterplay at their doorstep, taking away the push from TSM and setting themselves up for that possible Mountain Soul. That was greatly needed, but even after that, we saw the effectiveness, again, of the Yuumi LeBlanc combination. Bjergsen getting the Yuumi, get the extra stats, and the constant speed up and slows with the Qs landing to make it very easy for him to land these chains. Oh, they actually desync on their engage, though. Yuumi ultimate evaded by Golden Guardians as Bjergsen snap back.
FBI shift and flash. They still go for him. They want him. He actually has another one going over the wall, and he's going to go down here. Tempered Fate saves him for a little bit. Huhi could get a good Cosmic Binding in as they take down Doublelift. The marksman's fall. A bit of the DPS is gone, but you got to watch Bjergsen now as he's going to fly into the fight and look for 1 member to drop. Bjerg on the back line. Yuumi's going to be helping on the front with Broken Blade as Spica gets hit up by Closer, and he's forced to stopwatch as Bjerg has his eyes on the prize for that one. Gets him with the sigil as it comes out after the auto attack and electrocute. Broken Blade now surviving with a sliver, but still baiting it in for the team to try and get the kills. Golden Guardians on their last breath as they try to make this fight work. And it's going to be Spica going down. A great job by Damonte as he's spinning. He's slapping down with the chain lash, and it looks like he is not going to make it out alive on this one. Bjergsen and Yuumi combo with Treatz once again prevails.
Treatz just hopping around every TSM member there. They're playing hot potato with the cat, and he's able to get Broken Blade out alive. I could not believe he survived that. And since Broken Blade does survive, he can teleport back in. Full health, tanking up the Baron. Doublelift doing exact same here for TSM as they burn it down. FBI and huhi looking for the steal.
Trailing on the outside to not catch a Bjergsen. That'll always sting. Doesn't look like they'll be able to do too much other than guess here. True Shot Barrage is up. Does he choose to fire it? Tempered Fate comes out, just misses on the left side, and they're not going to be able to get too much on that with a late True Shot Barrage, giving us all a bit of a breeze to cool down as this game is heating up.
All right, TSM, after the game of hot potato, we'll have Baron at number 2 to work with. So Bjergsen, yeah, he snapped back to his distortion so they don't get any roots off of the Yuumi, but they still force it through with the Shen ultimate. And then Bjergsen can answer flash for flash with FBI. Exhaust even going down so he couldn't get out of range. But on the bottom of your screen, just as important, Hauntzer and Damonte take down Doublelift. Both AD carries then out, and we get a ring around the rosy. Stun from huhi does set up closer, but he gets a little bit baited. He goes super deep onto Spica, couldn't finish him, then has to blow his Zhonya's into flash, and Bjergsen already got his Q off. He had a Luden's proc charged up, which gave him the extra damage to finish it. Here's Treatz hopping around. He goes and he heals Broken Blade, jumps off Broken Blade onto Spica, gives Spica the extra heal, switching back over to Bjergsen for the extra damage. And just that little bit gave Broken Blade the extra life to recall on the top of your screen there, just outside of vision, allowing Bjergsen to finish up the rest of the kills. And Broken Blade recall in the fog of war on the very top little corner there, set them up for the Baron.
That Kingslayer looks so good from Damonte, and then Bjergsen's like,
touch.
Bro, remember, your health is gone, bye. Takes him out immediately. 5-0-5 for Burger King. 22 stacks. Treatz also grabbing the Magi's as they are just reading Golden Guardians to bed on this one. 36 minutes coming up on your clock. A 6,000 gold lead here for TSM as they start to take down some of the inhibitor turrets. The bottom one probably going to get hit up as they can't take this cannon minion down. Oh, Damonte coming out firing the calling as he stole that from Doublelift in the last fight in mid. They won't be able to do too much as they are losing their base on both sides. Golden Guardians going for broke here and possible fight. But TSM is just stringing them along.
Yep, attacking on all sides here. Top and bottom synced up. Inhibitors going down quickly. Plenty of time left on Baron as well for TSM, so they don't have to force anything. And Bjergsen continually going in for the poke, getting healed up by the Yuumi after. That will be all 3 inhibitors, Riv, plus the dragon will be denied. TSM, if they just run straight to it, they can DPS it down before Closer even gets in range of a steal. Golden Guardian's still going to try and throw the Hail Mary, though. They know they've got almost no hope left. They've just got to try and force something, and it's gone.
Now we have to see the soul.
Now,
5 mountain drakes on the rift.
Farm for late, boys. That's Golden Guardian's comms, Riv. All right, we got all inhibitors down. Great. That means we get to farm super minions. Aha! TSM not going to give them any breathing room, though.
Moving in already. Doublelift, highest CS in the game, 404. Would you expect any different, though? He has had a side lane to himself and creating a lot of pressure that Bjergsen's been able to float around in. Spica, Broken Blade, and Treatz also working a different side of the map as we see Spica just being this wall of defense, roaming back and forth, and he's been there when needed with these Swifties on his Sett. And it almost is game point and set match here for TSM to go through. Damonte is going to be found. It's gone abduct as the final chapter comes out. A Kingslayer gets him healthy, but again, the health just does not last. A good thumbs up goes in, and one more Kingslayer before he goes down, and the crown moves over to Bjergsen.
Yep, heal him right up afterwards, too. That is a dead Sylas, and Golden Guardians, 4 members against the world.
We'll see if they can do it. TSM feeling really good about this to be able to re-challenge Cloud9 for that second place position, that by the implications it has to be able to watch your opponents and also get a little bit more practice in. TSM taking damage before they get the second Nexus turret down as Bjergsen walking off with the clone, trying to fake the team out. Spica goes in with a showstopper from the top ropes as Hauntzer's almost taken down and thrown right out of the Battle Royale. That's going to be Closer getting taken down, skinned alive. FBI, the rest of the team is huhi and Hauntzer looking for safety on the fountain, and this win from TSM is huge coming in. They're going to take down the Nexus. It's going to be sub 40 minutes, and they're going to be looking to take a spot of second place from C9.